There is a future where real and fake won't matter anymore. And I think that's scary. Guys, my name is Eric Konig, and I have started this channel wanting to share with you what I have learned during my career in graphic design, branding and advertising. This is what I call brand communication. Today, we are going to discuss the rise of the fake influencer. From fake news, fake reviews on internet like restaurants, fake endorsement, fake followers, and fake body parts, Photoshop shots of yourselves on Instagram, for example. Fake is everywhere, and it is definitely getting harder and harder to be able to tell the difference between lies and truth. With the internet, we are supposed to be in the age of super information, but it is also getting very close to be the age of disinformation. On this episode, I want to focus on one particular fake. There is plenty, but there is one that interests me today, and that's a fake influencer. There is two types of fake influencers. There is the real person that will have fake followers, fake accounts, and bots, but still a real person. And there is a second type of fake influencers who is completely not real, not a real person, and it is a CGI created individual, a person that is completely created digitally. The real person, fake influencer, is just committing fraud, is just defrauding businesses with fake accounts, fake followers and everything, is getting endorsement from businesses to the tune of $1.3 billion in 2019, which is a lot of money, and it's just fraud. Fraud is not new, it's been around since forever, and that's not what interests me today in this episode the most. So the second type of fake influencer is, as we saw, the virtual, the digital, computer-created person, not a real person. That one, in my view, has far-reaching implications. The CGI-created fake influencers are just as famous as a real person influencer. There is little Michaela, Shudu, Bermuda, and Liam Nikuro and others. Those CGI-created persons are doing exactly like a normal influencer will do on their Instagram account. You see them going to cafes, their yoga class, you see them trying clothes on, and of course they're having comments. Comments are answered, people converse and dialogue the same way they will do with a real person. And I think that's a worry. One of them, one of the very first one, Michaela, has been dubbed one of the most influential person on the internet in 2018 by Time magazine. Of course, something completely fictitious, not real, has never been an obstacle to create influence. Look at electoral promises before an election. Michaela was created in 2016, and today she's got more than 1.6 million followers who communicate with her daily, weekly, regularly. So why create a digital influencer? Why not just stick to the normal human being one? According to a recent study by a DB influencer, $5 billion were spent on Instagram influencer marketing in 2018 alone. And it is expected to reach up to $20 billion this year, 2020. A lot of Instagram accounts are run by regular, normal people. Only 40% of those Instagram accounts are run by proper, famous personalities, influencers. And 40% of those Instagram accounts is a huge market share with massive influence. And this influence means big money. And when there is money, big company sweep in. But what's the genuine influencer, the real person, little person one, is offering us is authenticity. In a world full of fake news, people really want to put their trust and their faith in somebody real, normal. Unfortunately, we have come to distrust brand and corporation, and governments too. Buzz Carter, a digital marketer at Bulldog Digital Media, said, there isn't much difference between a real person and one of these CGI accounts. If the interaction and trust, he said trust, is there, a campaign like Michaela should be as effective as one with any other real influencer. It's also potentially a lot easier because CGI influencers don't have to be flown out for photo shoots with their hair and makeup stylists. This is a quote that we found in insider.com. Controlling the narrative, it truly is the sole reason of creating a CGI influencer, a CGI person, because you got full control of that one. You can make them do and say whatever you want. There is no fees to be paid, no whims, no contract, no bad press, no scandals. The fake influencer, of course, is created perfect. No human being can be perfect. But this control also means a lack of authenticity, spontaneity, and humanness. And as we discussed earlier, people crave authenticity in a fake world full of fake news. According to a recent survey, 86% place a lot of importance in authenticity for them to put their faith and trust in brands. Without that authenticity and trusting that brand, 86% will be turned away. In all fairness, all those CGI fake influencers today are created in a way where you can tell that they are not real persons. You can tell they are a little bit fake. You can tell the lighting and the skin tone is not quite right. I think brands are just testing the waters here. They just want to see how we react. If we can interact with a digital fake, knowingly fake person, if we can relate to that person, and if it does happen, and we can relate and we can be influenced as well, just as with a real influencer, then what stops brands from continuing and making this CGI created influencer perfect to complete the deception and for us to completely be absorbed into that character? You see, in the end, maybe for people to be able to, or why people relate to a knowingly fake, not real person influencer, how can they do that? Well, maybe it's just the same way that when we are a child, a girl can play with a doll and she can have a conversation with that doll and she can place feelings and establish a relationship, emotional relationship with that doll. She knows the doll is not a real person, but it still does offer real comfort. But you see, that's not quite the same thing because you know it's a doll. With a fake CGI created influencer, one day you will not know this is not a real person. One day it will be so good, you will think you are talking to a real person. And that's where the danger lies. Another fake influencer is Shudu on Instagram. She's the first digital supermodel. She was created in 2017 by Cameron James Wilson, a fashion photographer turned 3D artist who created this beautiful model. And today she has 206,000 followers on Instagram. And Shudu has been created perfect. She's got beautiful bone structure, beautiful skin tone, beautiful everything. And that perfection, we know what it does to young minds, impressionable young minds, young children, on their body image. So Wilson created another model called Bren, more human-like, not perfect at all. She has stretch marks, she's got stretch marks, she's got curves, she's real. But she's just more real, she's not real, she's still a fake CGI created character. In April 2019, Liam Nikuro was created and is also another CGI fake influencer. He was dubbed Japan's first virtual male influencer. And he was created at a time where the fashion industry was dubbed to invest $3.6 billion in AI marketing. Liam Nikuro was created by First Sec Inc. and it described itself as a venture company planning and developing virtual humans. No less. First Sec Inc. added that Liam will be working in the field of music, fashion and entertainment, where he will be involved in the production of a wide range of content as a multimedia producer. He will also be at the center of effort aimed at producing innovative, creative content in combination with AI, artificial intelligence, of course, technology. We are talking about, we're not talking about a real person here. You understand, we are talking about CGI, created character, and they are talking like they are making this person work into the field of this and that. This is just unbelievable. Further, OneSec Inc. said, we are aiming to create content that is just as fascinating and cool as what is real counterparts have to offer and to entertain all people over the planet. Now, everybody knows Colonel Sanders, KFC. In Portland, a company called Vaden and Kennedy Agency has created a new campaign for KFC using a digital and super hip Colonel Sanders, doing the old Instagram influencer thing. Forget the crusty old Colonel you knew. This one is cool and sexy, even sporting tattoos. This time again, this fake Colonel Sanders is obviously fake, not only because Colonel Sanders doesn't exist, of course, but also because the CGI is not rendered perfect, so you can tell it's a CGI character. But again, that's only the first step, to see and test the water, to see how we react. When they see that people are reacting just the same as a real person, there will be nothing stopping them to just make those characters completely realistic. And then one can completely lose themselves into that character and forget whether it's real or not. So what's next after that? Why do I think it is a bit of a worry? Well, I can see that from that step with the CGI, the fake CGI influencer, I can see that later, very soon maybe, we will have a completely fake CGI created actor. Already, all actors have their CGI counterpart. It's mostly used for dangerous stunts that we don't want to put the very expensive actor into and injure. Insurance costs will be crazy. So of course, we make a digital representation of this star, movie star, a real star, and make this character jump buildings and do a lot of crazy stuff. On the screen, it just looks just fine. You can't see the difference. But from there on, I can see a future where a completely created, CGI created star, movie star, will exist one day. Somebody that doesn't exist in a real world. And a person that will be completely perfect in every way, doesn't age, doesn't have tantrums, know their lines all the time, always turn on time. And this actor, this fake CGI created actor will cost them nothing. When this is created, you just animate it. Today's movie star can be paid incredible amount of money, 60 million for a movie, $80 million, maybe more, I don't know, it's a lot of money. But there is worse. AI is advancing exponentially. With the advancement in AI, and especially with Google Deep Blue, which is crazy, crazy good in AI, but also crazy, crazy dangerous. I can see that one day we might have a fake president, completely computer created, generated president, created perfect. Crazy? Impossible? Think again. There is a future where real and fake won't matter anymore. And I think that's scary. Real or fake don't seem to matter either in our fashion magazines with the photo shoots of those perfect, and we know that they're all photoshopped. It doesn't matter whether it's fake or real. Tesla and SpaceX founder Elon Musk is no stranger to technology, and we can safely say that he knows what he's talking about. But he declared, "Mark my words, AI is far more dangerous than nukes." Another time he said, "I am really quite close to the cutting edge of AI, and it scares the hell out of me. It's capable of vastly more than almost anyone knows, and the rate of improvement is exponential." Cognitive scientist and author Gary Marcus identified deepfakes as one of the 6 risks of artificial intelligence. Deepfakes are when you use footage of a person, often used for political person, and you use the face of that person for a speech, for example, but the mouth is animated with a computer to make this person say something completely different, something that the person never said. That's a deep fake. And AI is very good at recreating that. And it's nearly impossible to know fake and real anymore. The rise of AI, and again, Google DeepMind is just awesome, but it's a double-edged sword. There is no doubt that it can create a lot of goods. AI can help us move quicker and advance science, find a cure for cancer quicker than our little brain could ever do. That's the good stuff with AI. But of course, a double-edged sword. We all are no stranger of the dark side of AI, Terminator style. And that is a scary thing. We have to be very careful with that. But the Terminator AI thing is not what I am talking about in this episode. Here, I want to draw attention to how brand and corporation have now another tool to lure us and deceive us into buying and doing stuff and influencing us. But that's what marketing is all about, isn't it? And there is a fine line between being ethical marketing and downright deceit. Our free will is at stake here. We already have lost so much of our civil liberties. Next, we lose more of the ability of making our own choices. So for my part, I will be watching very carefully, and also I think it's very fascinating. I will be watching very closely the rise of the fake influencer and the rise of fake. How they will become more and more part of the everyday discourse, and how they will become more the new normal. And also, I will be very interested to see where this is all going. And on this grim word of warning, I will be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.